Hello, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm still pretty new to this and true to this. I decided to make a video about beautiful women of the hip hop industry. First, a disclaimer though, I'm not a barb or I'm not a part of any fan base. Ego, a person's sense of self-esteem and self-importance, self-worth. That's important because when you're a diva and when you the shit, when you got it going on, when you're successful and when you're a boss, there's gonna be a lot of people respecting you and there's gonna be a lot of people hating you also. As we all know, Nicki been running the rap game for the past decade and having a lot of haters at the same time. So we're gonna get into that. What did y'all think of Red Ruby the Sleaze though? Like, I really enjoyed that record way better than Super Freaky Girl. I hated Super Freaky Girl. Anyway, can we all just get along? Like, honestly, I'm really tired of all of the back and forth, the subliminals, women bringing each other down constantly. Oh, and these fan bases, not to mention social media. I feel like social media plays a huge role in pinning these women against each other, to talk shit about each other, to bring each other down, when I really wish they could just all get along, band together, and make some bomb-ass, dope-ass music. Like, just imagine if Nicki and Cardi never fell out, or Nicki and Kim never fell out or had a problem. Just imagine just all the dope ass music we would have been getting. Check this interview out. Basically, Little Kim's response when asked about Nicki Minaj. Check the interview out.
Is there gonna be a time when you look back at this period and you're like, maybe I was throwing shots for no reason? Maybe.
No, because I'm not throwing shots for no reason. People don't know this, right? I was really good friends with Slim from Cash Money, like for a long time. We were friends for like 4 years. So we were always talking about being partners, because I told him, like, I'm done with the whole being artist. Me and Slim were always talking about, yo, you need to do this, you need to do that, because, you know, the female rapper thing was kind of like, at the time when, I guess when Wayne was making Homegirl, it was like, it was only really me still left and a couple of us, you know. So during that time, I'm, you know, trying to work something out with Slim. Baby comes to me, he gives me this record, and it's just a beat. He's like, yo man, I need this gonna be my first single. I guess that might have been the hype to get me to get on it quick or whatever. So the hook is on there, and it's called Grinding Making Money, and me and my peoples was like, yo, this beat is crazy. So I automatically got on top of it. I think it was probably a beat that he had but didn't really know where to go with it. But, you know, I did what I do, sent it back. So Baby was like, man, yo, shout it, we gonna make this big, right? This the record, right?
We gonna make this hot plate, what?
Yeah, we gonna make, yeah, bro. Now, in my mind, I already knew that they was trying to break Homegirl. So I said, I know they're gonna try to put her on the track or whatever. But
she was already down?
Yeah, she was bubbling. She had a little buzz at the time.
Okay.
My thing was, if they did it, let's just make it big. Let's make sure we do a video. Let's make sure that it gets out there. Right. The whole beef with it is we needed that video shoot, but their whole plot was to get me to do the record so I could stamp her and say, look, it's okay, Kim don't want this, Kim is done. Like, you know, basically they treated me like as if I wasn't even alive anymore, and I thought that was so disrespectful. I'm looking at it like, we needed this for females. Why would y'all snatch this away? But it was never in their plan to do a video, and she wanted to be the only female out there, so she's loving this right now. Like, yeah, or we not, yeah, it's almost like, whoo. She strikes me as the type of female that if she was to be my friend, it would just be to get my swag, and once she got that, she would be out.
You know, she just really jumped out the window, and you gotta be careful when you pick fights. And that's what I've learned in this business. You just never know. I think people get me mistaken with like a real Barbie. They forget where I'm from. And if I have to revert back, I I can and I will. You know, it's one of those moments when you say, don't play with me. You know, because I respect you, I love you, I've said it in every interview, time and time again. And if that's not good enough with you, mama, then it's something deep-rooted in you. You need to get something is bothering you inside. That's your insecurity bothering you. It's not Nicki Minaj. It would have been any girl that started popping. You know, she picked a fight with Foxy, then she picked a fight with Eve, then she picked a fight with Remy. Now it's, you know, then it was Miss Wallace, then it was Nicki Minaj. Every time you in the news, it's because you getting at somebody. Where's your music? You know, put your music out, and when I see your name on Billboard, that's when I respond. It doesn't take away the love that I have. It doesn't take away, you know how, because I'm a realist.
Because you say those are the people that she's one of the people that you came up listening to. Did it hurt your feelings?
It hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it hurt your feelings.
It hurt my feelings because I remember I saw her on the tour with Wayne, and I had been hearing, you know, back, you know, in the business, people talk behind the scenes. And I remember I ran into Foxy, and Foxy said, "Why you keep on giving props to Kim? She don't like you." She was like, the girl be dissing you, like when, you know, in conversation. And I said, I'm so much of a like, diehard. I was like, until I hear her say something about me, I'm gonna continue paying my respect to her in my interviews. And that's what I did. I kept on doing it. That's why everybody came out and said, Nicki always shows you love. Like, what are you talking about? So when I saw her at Wayne's concert, she performed with Keisha. She came into our dressing room. She went and used the bathroom and stuff. And I stopped her. I was like, you know, I want to make sure everything is cool with us because I'm a fan first, you know. Is everything good? Yeah, everything good. We good. Hugs and kisses. Can I take a picture with you? I love you, you know. This is somebody that I looked at highly. We took a picture, everything was good. But you wanna know what scares people? Success. When you don't make moves and when you don't climb up the ladder, everybody loves you because you're not competition. When you become competition, the people start, wait.
Yeah, people's like,
wait, hold on.
So true.
So I felt like you're gonna go down in history now as a sore loser, as opposed to going down in history as the queen. Because if you can't beat them, join them. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. You don't have to feel the need to put somebody down and make yourself feel better. I see people do things all the time that I think, they remind me of Nicki Minaj. But it's like, do you, honey? It's like we all take from each other. There's nothing, that's why I did a record on Pink Friday called Here I Am, and as I said, like, nothing is new under the sun. You know, when you see Gaga, you see Madonna. But Madonna never hated on Gaga. Why in the black communities we gotta hate on each other instead of saying, thank you for showing me love, thank you for, you know, like keeping my name alive? Because nobody was even playing your music and you damn sure couldn't get an interview to save your life. But now you getting interviews, and every time you do an interview, they asking you about Nicki Minaj.
That last part with Nicki, that was really interesting what she said, because there's a parallel between her career now and how she dealt with being the new girl in town and having to deal with the people that's already been around in the industry and making waves. And now it's more than 10 years later and she's having the same issues with Lotto, Cardi B, etc. Don't shoot the messenger, but I feel like Nicki should take a look at that Hot 97 video, you know, and take her own advice, because really you don't have to bring others down. And yes, women do take from one another in this industry and create magic on their own. everybody that's out now has been looking up to Nicki Minaj and Lil' Kim. And let me just say this, Lil' Kim paved the way for every rapper of the last 10 years. I don't care what no one says. Kim does not get the respect she deserves in the industry. She has definitely paved the way for many, many, many generations to come, including Nicki. Yeah, so I really hated that these two were beefing, but of course, Nicki dropped the iconic Roman's Revenge. What a time to be alive. And then sometime after that, Lil' Kim dropped Black Friday.
Who the fuck want war? FedEx beef straight to your front door. It'll be a murder scene. I'm turning Pink Friday to Friday the 13th. Alright, you little Kim clone clown. All this buffoonery, the shit stops now.
So the beef with Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj pretty much started from Nicki Minaj's beginning of her career, starting her mixtape days when she was going after the throne of being a queen of New York and a queen of rap. These two definitely had some back and forth and friendly competition during the mid-2000s. Hey, like I said, I really feel like it'd be a lot of in-between and a lot of people on both sides in each other's ears, whispering, mumbling and cackling, as Nicki Minaj would say. So here's a couple of clips of Miss Remy Ma discussing when she's asked about Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, because I was actually texting back and forth with Nicki that morning, and she was asking me, she was saying that we were gassing up a problem between y'all two. And I was like, no, I don't even think Rim got an issue with you. I promise you, I said that day.
He hit me, was like, yeah, I told him. And then an hour later,
and I hit her back like, my bad, I didn't know.
We're just gonna ignore the week before that when I came up here and I distinctively told y'all and everybody else, like, nah, bro, like, everything's cool. Like,
that's why I was telling her.
Yeah, but then I don't give a Can we talk about
something?
something?
She did a lot for the game. She's amazing.
But it was a history lesson.
There's people that's before me, and then there's me, and then there's Kim, and then there's Young M.A., and then there's Cardi. Cardi hadn't even had Bodak Yellow yet. Dude, I had to argue with people just to give her 15 seconds on my set, and I didn't care. No, she's coming on that stage. And it set a precedence. After that, people could say and take credit for whatever they want. I know that they changed something. I know that whole year 2017, from Sheetha on down to Summer Jam and moving forward, it changed the whole trajectory of where women were going.
People saw other women in rap.
People saw other women in rap. People saw that other women could. I don't hate Nicki Minaj. I'm not saying this because I feel like I need to be in her good graces, because I'm good. My family's good. My check is good. My bags are good. I'm fine. But I don't hate that girl. I wish her the best. I think her Fendi collection's kind of dope. I was sitting there like saying like, damn, I might get that jacket. I might have to be playing Sheetha in the background when I post it. But just because I don't want to have to feel like her fans like, oh, look, now she got her collection. Like, nah, really don't. But I wish her the best.
So like I said, I'm not really sure what prompted the beef. Maybe a lot of he say, she say between both parties, both teams, and maybe social media at the time was getting these two against each other. I can't front though, Sheetha was a dope record. Like, I loved Ether by Nas, but Remy definitely killed Nicki Minaj. But who knows, maybe in the future these two could work together. Anyway, moving on, what you all been waiting for. So how in the world did we go from Nicki congratulating a fellow New Yorker and them doing the infamous motorsport video together to them beefing at the New York Fashion Show? I believe it was the New York Fashion Show. Correct me down below if I'm wrong. Honestly, these two beefing is what gets me the most. Especially them damn fan bases, the Barty Gang and the Barbs. They are so fucking messy. I really feel like in my all heart of hearts, the fan bases are responsible. For shit to go as far as it did with Nicki and Cardi, I feel like the fans really gaslight both of the ladies. I mean, it's so sick and sad. I'm on Twitter very often. I love Twitter. And the things that I see Nicki's fans saying and the things that I see Cardi's fans saying on a daily basis about each other and about the two ladies, it's disgusting. It really, truly is. And I had to go revisit the beef with the two because I couldn't really remember. what had transpired between the two. But It goes back to Motorsport and Nicki changing her verses basically, and Cardi not liking what Nicki wrote, which I think is so fucking ridiculous. I mean, shit really got ugly between the two of them, and it's really devastating. I honestly like both of the ladies. I like Nicki Minaj a lot because she's a great writer, no shade. But I like Cardi. I like her personality. She's funny. I loved her on Love and Hip Hop. And she came a long way. And the glow up is real. Like, Cardi really came a long way. And I love to see that for any woman. I just wish, these two could put their beef to the side. But I think as far as it went, it might be a wrap. I mean, still to this day, both the ladies are tweeting subliminals, taking shots at one another. Just sad. I was able to dig up an old clip of Cardi B discussing the situation with Motorsport. Check this out.
Motorsport shit up again. I'm glad you brung it up because I've been dying to talk about it for a fucking hot minute. First of all, you changed your verse 2 or 3 times, and the day before we were supposed to do the Motorsport video, you turned in your last verse of it. And I was not feeling of you talking about, if Cardi the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi, following it up with bitch when my son goes sit on a potty. Bitch, you not my coach, because you never helped me to get in this fucking career, and I'm nothing like you, so I'm definitely not your fucking son. I'm a real ass person, you not. So fuck out of here. And I called you that night, and I got the receipts, babe. All right. And I told my label I'm not doing the video if she don't change her verse. And then my thing is, if you had a problem that I went on the radio and I said that you changed your verse, which you did, which I'm not lying, sis, you had a whole 6 months to call my phone and talk about it like a grown-ass woman. Or you could have hit up Quavo so we could link up like the first time that we linked up and talk about shit in LA. But no, you waited a whole 6 months when you dropped the single to...
But with Motorsport, I kind of felt ambushed. I felt like Quavo at that time was... Like, Quavo is my baby. I love Quavo. And at the time, I went on Twitter and I explained how Motorsport came about. And, people were saying that I was lying. So I texted Quavo and I said, hey, just, could you back me up on this? Because, I don't want people to think I'm lying. What do I have to lie about? And he didn't back me up. And, he texted me. He was like, I would go on Twitter and back you up if you were my girl. LOL. All of them allowed me to look like I lied. And, even with the scheduling conflict, she's using my hairdresser now. So even he can attest to the fact. Tokyo, he knows that there really was a scheduling conflict. And it was because of him. He's the one that couldn't show up. And I texted him, I said, that if I don't show up the day she's shooting, they're gonna act like it's because I'm doing it to be mean. With the current Nicki hate train. And he wasn't able to come, he had something to do, and that's fine. So I had to shoot on another day. They all knew that. Especially if you're using my hairdresser now. He can attest to that. And you still did interviews and y'all all still jumped around that. And just to paint Nicki as the bad person so that you could play the victim. And that really, really hurt me because I really fully supported her. And up until this recent interview that she did, I had never seen her show me genuine love in an interview.
So y'all heard what Nicki was just saying. It's just interesting. It sounds familiar. Seems like Little Kim was looking for that same love and respect way back when. And I do believe success can go to people's heads and stroke their ego. Back to that word ego from the beginning of the video. Sometimes success could go to your head. Now, I'm not even sure why that one little line offended Cardi so much. I mean, I just felt like it was just a line for a song. And no matter how much money and fame you have, sometimes we are insecure. Okay, so here's another sad-ass story. Basically, these two hopped on a live together, and they decided to do a song, Hot Girl Summer, which did really, really well on the charts. But, Nicki and Cardi is beefing, so once Megan did the song with Cardi, it seemed like the internet trolls and the internet stands seemingly pinned Nicki and Megan against each other. I really feel like a simple conversation could have been had, but again, people's pride and ego. Maybe the ladies were busy. They couldn't talk. Megan and Nicki, that is. It's just unfortunate. Shaking my head. We have got to do better. We have to do better. This is what I tweeted a while ago. Women in music, I run in things. I wish they could all get along. It's an important time for women in entertainment, a time we never witnessed. Of course, I didn't get any likes because everybody on Twitter is toxic as hell. All right, moving on. An honorable mention is Cardi B versus JT. I mean, these two went at it on Twitter, basically over nothing at all. Something about JT hopping on Twitter and congratulating Glorilla on topping the charts with her single Tomorrow Too, but not adding Cardi to the tweet. Yeah, these two went back and forth on Twitter for a while, basically all over nothing. I don't know how this conversation that started in the DMs between the two of them got so out of control. I mean, it was really crazy to watch. And of course, social media and the fans, plus the public media, was egging this shit on. The two lovely ladies did end up squashing their beef though, so that's what's up. So let's move on. So, Coi Leray has been on the music scene for about 4 years, and she linked up with Nicki Minaj for Blick Blick, and it did really well. She got a lot of, positive internet reviews, and I just was trying to do some research and trying to figure out if they really had beef or not. That's why I have the question marks. There were some YouTubers saying that Coi Leray was upset because Nicki Minaj put out her song shortly after she put out Blick Blick, and she thought she was trying to kind of shade her for doing that. And there was some speculation that Coi was not feeling the fact that Nicki had brought out Bia during a concert in London. But as far as I know, it just seems like there isn't really a beef. And some people online was also saying that too, that there's a fake beef between Coi Leray and Nicki Minaj. Let me know what y'all think down below. I also feel like with this situation, people on the internet really pin these two against each other because different things that was going on at the time. And people were saying that Coi Leray was being ungrateful. Nicki had went on Queen Radio though and seemingly called out an artist that people believed that was Coi Leray. And, Nicki was saying that she had some receipts that Coi was talking shit about her. So check out this clip.
Person, right? And I find out with receipts that this person is already talking about me, hit another artist and told them, oh, why she couldn't wait to put out her new song. She doing this on purpose to me. She's subbing me because she posted where her new song was on iTunes. Do you know how fucking hurtful that is? To tell someone that had nothing to gain from supporting you, to talk that nasty about them. You are disgusting. You know who, and you'll never fucking pop.
So there you have it. I honestly wish Nicki would have just said the name, therefore there's no room left for speculation, but it's not really important at this point. So moving on, we're gonna move on to the next unnecessary beef. The whole thing with Nicki started when Nicki tweeted, I have no problem being moved out of the rap category as long as we are all being treated fairly. If Super Freaky Girl has to be moved out of rap, so does Big Energy. So after Big Lotto had got wind that Nicki had tweeted about her song, Big Energy, all hell broke loose with a series of tweets between the both of them. And it was just really sad to watch. I actually was kind of lurking on Twitter that day, and I just couldn't believe how the two of them were acting. over a Grammy. I mean, to me, in my opinion, it seemed like Lotto was salty because Nicki turned down a bunch of features that she had sent to her. Because why did she just pop off like that just from one tweet that Nicki put out, which I don't really agree with. Super Freaky Girl and Big Energy is kind of like pop-ish / rap songs. The back and forth went on offline, on the phone. It was just a mess. And I didn't like how Lotto was age bullying Nicki. I mean, her ass better hope she popping by the time she in her 40s, because it's not really looking good right now. A couple of her songs that she dropped recently, like Lottery, I wasn't really feeling that joy, to be honest. How did y'all feel about the song Lottery? Comment down below.
Purpose, I can't even think of the word, like just purposely trying not to understand what I'm saying. You don't even understand what you're saying.
Yo, TikTok is hilarious. I just want to let it be known, I don't have no beef with none of these ladies. I don't know none of these ladies. I'm just here purely for the entertainment. I love music. I love the culture. Shout out to Glorilla, though, and Lotto for winning Best New Artist at iHeartRadio Awards. Like, apparently that's a thing now, and they both won simultaneously, so that was really dope. Let me know what y'all think down below about the video. Who's your favorite rapper? Who's your least favorite rapper? And I'll talk to y'all soon.